So we're gonna have to let it naturally run its course.
You are live.
All right,
Okay.
y'all. What's going on, y'all? It's your boy Los.
And this is Katrina.
All right, another episode. Cell blocks the sandbox, man. As
Sandbox
y'all
to
can see, man, we
sandbox,
got a
sandbox to cell blocks.
sandbox to cell blocks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not cell blocks and sandbox.
Well, I mean, they kind of the same thing. It's a pipeline. They both
Right.
connected.
Missing,
That's what they
missing,
said.
person,
But yeah,
missing persons and street truths.
y'all can see, man. We got a hot one for y'all, man. You know, we having a conversation, understanding, talking about redemption. You know, and how that's the next best, the next best thing, to resurrection. And on here today, we got the brother, Reverend Doctor. We got Gator on here, Wallace Gator Bradley on here, man. For those who
Right.
know, y'all know his background. For those who don't, I'm gonna give y'all a brief bio after I read this disclaimer, because y'all know, again, like with every episode, if I don't read this disclaimer in a timely manner, Sister Katrina tends to get on my head, and I like my head being bald without lumps. So let me read this disclaimer, y'all. This
Yeah, get on
podcast
it, get on it, get on it.
This podcast is a platform for conversation, education, and community dialogue. The views expressed by hosts and guests are their own and do not represent any organization, group, or institution. We do not promote violence, illegal activity, or harm of any kind. Our discussions may include difficult or controversial topics, but our goal is understanding, accountability, and change. We ask our audience to engage respectfully. Allegations, accusations, or naming a suspect without verified information will not be allowed. Don't name no suspects, y'all. We ain't on here for that. This space exists to amplify voices, honor those impacted, and work toward unity and solutions in our communities. You know, now we got that part out the way. You know, we
Yes.
got the brother Wallace Gator Bradley on here, man. So I'm gonna give y'all a quick bio on who he is. To all my brothers and sisters that grew up in the streets, in the communities that you know, kind of older. Y'all know who he was. He was the spokesman for the Gangster Disciples, you know, back in the day, man. Tried and true member, right? Um, had that pivot point in his life where I guess he knew that didn't have no future in it, man. So he made some changes. You know, now we call the brother Reverend. You know, the brother's a community activist, longtime civil rights activist, right? Advocate, community leader, known for his work with faith, social justice, and street outreach. You know, as a former member, you know, we talking to somebody, man, with the intel and the know-how and the experience to where he knowing how to navigate both worlds seamlessly, because this is what we come from. We come from the block. We come from the destitute neighborhoods, the violence, the drugs. You know, where the police ain't necessarily protecting and serving us. So we understand we have to be protectors and servers of ourselves. This is a brother who navigated all that for decades, and he is now in his 70s. You know, still pushing and fighting that good fight. You know, advocating for peace and unity in our communities, man. So we got the brother on here, man, and I hope y'all get y'all sponges out, man, and absorb some of what he about to lay down, man. Because you know, I got mine. I got a cup, a sponge, and everything else.
And I got my paper and my pen. Let's roll.
Appreciate you for being on here, good brother Gator, man.
Absolutely.
Talk to us, man. Tell us a little
You
about.
know, man, I want to say this. I appreciate y'all as much as you appreciate me. Just like we had a conversation earlier, and this not a disclaimer, but we understand how we got to communicate. And it's about telephone, telegram, and tell an African American who say he's black, and those that say they ninjas and don't want nobody to call them niggas. You know what I mean? I'm just keeping it 100. You know, the thing that you say, brother, and I want to let people know. I want to thank Brother Minister Rico.
Yes, sir.
He's a friend and a confidant
Yes,
to
sir.
Larry.
Yes, sir.
Even though he represents 5 Point, like Jeff represents 5 Point, and Larry represents 6 Point, that's about people. But we all had to come together in the 90s after Dantrell Davis got killed over in Cabrini Green. And those brothers, like Shorty Freeman, and that represent the disciples and We all came together because in order to change one's mind, you got to change their purpose. And what I mean by that, we was all criminals, bandinos, didn't care about anything, didn't really care about society. We didn't care about voting. But when they say we got to change that because our children and grandchildren were getting killed out here, and then the individuals end up in a penitentiary and then realize whose grandchild they had killed or whose sister or daughter or even mother they had raped or whose grandfather or father that they robbed as he was going to the currency exchange. And when they get in, an individual say, well, there's two words that was meaningful even in our various literature. Accountability and consequences.
Mm.
Those
So
of us that was in the street that understood the discipline of the streets, and that's why the individuals took those that were disciplinarians from the streets because we understood the pumpkin head concept.
What's
yes,
the
sir.
pumpkin head concept?
That was the discipline, the same type of discipline that your parents will tell you. Don't let me have to get that head.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Hey, that radiator, the brother know what I'm talking about? Hey, that radiator is red hot for a reason. In the winter, we try to stay warm. Now, don't go over there and put your hand on that radiator. And you look around like, okay, as soon as you go in the kitchen, bam! You touch it, then you scream, ah! And as she taking care of that, you think it's all over, and she get that strap and get that head. I told you. Bam, bam,
Yeah,
bam. So the rest of us sit there and look and say, ain't no sense us getting burned and getting our head busted too.
that's right.
Am I right or wrong, man?
That's right. Consequences of our actions.
Right. This that we speaking on is also about fairness within the justice system.
Yeah.
That's why I mentioned the seriousness of what Minister Rico did by having his son get up with me so I can get up with Los because of the podcast that you have to help educate individuals that we all got a right to go from a negative to a positive.
Absolutely.
Awesome. Awesome.
And the thing is this, Larry Hoover is now the main topic around the world
Yes, sir.
because he's a brother that hasn't been released from the penitentiary. A lot of us has been in and out. Jeff Ford has been in and out. And not only that, we are now elders. Okay, did. I had a birthday in February. So a young brother, he come to me. He said, hey, OG, he said, man, how old are you now? I said, 74. I said, 74. And he immediately said, G. He said, what you laughing about, man? I said, well, I'm going to give you something that's real obvious. He said, what's that, man? I said, put that O between that G and D. Because know there's
Mm.
going to come a
Uh-huh.
time when you're going to have to pray to him
Okay. Okay.
to get you through something.
Hmm.
So
That redemption, the closest thing or the next best thing to resurrection. Because I'm now Reverend Dr. Wallace Gator Bradley. And I talked to the governor. And like I said, when we started off, I knew that he would become a great governor. In 2018, when Trump had became president, and everybody was against the system to the point they all wanted to wear a MAGA hat and all of this and all of that. And Kanye West went to the Oval Office, and you can Google it. It's there. And I've been to the Oval Office before, so I know that there's perimeters in the Oval Office where you really can't cross. But God allowed Kanye to cross that perimeter to the point that he was able to embrace Trump. You follow what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
And he had Jim Brown there, and he had people there, and he let the president know what Larry Hoover meant to him and others, regardless how you wore your hat, regardless of your colors.
Oh.
Yeah.
And
So
told you, yeah, this real. Am I right or wrong,
No,
Los?
this
so
just true.
Kanye did that.
Yes,
Kanye.
sir.
Oh yeah,
Okay.
yeah,
I
Yes,
this
didn't
man
sir.
know.
Los tell him. I mean, chime in.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
know this
Yeah.
to be true too.
That's what it
You
is.
know what I mean?
I'm letting you hit the flow because
Okay,
I'm right now. I'm letting you get this chronology of
okay,
events before we
okay,
really engage in the, back and forth. But yes,
okay.
sir.
So anyway, when Kanye do this, we sitting there waiting. Okay, and how he done it in the interim, J.B. Pritzker had became the governor of Illinois. So had the president Trump did what he did 8 years later, then J.B. Pritzker was waiting to do what he's gonna do because I'm a God fan man. I'm walking by faith in God. You follow what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
He's gonna do it now. And I say that going back to that redemption, the next best thing, the resurrection. Okay, Gator, what you mean by that?
Yeah.
This
Yeah.
year, after April 1st, which was April Fool's Day,
Yes, sir.
was in the week, which is the first week in April, where on the 3rd of April was Good Friday.
Right.
Yeah.
And the 4th, April the 4th, was the day that Martin Luther King had got assassinated
Yeah.
in 1968. So on the 5th, it was going to be Resurrection Day, Easter. So after the election that we had here in Chicago, Illinois, March 17th, where J.B. Pritzker running for re-election, and he won the Democratic primary, and at the same time, he was pushing to help his lieutenant governor to become the next United States senator representing Illinois. Her name is Juliana Stratton. And what's so key and powerful about that, as I was sharing earlier, about how we all came together in the 90s after Dantrell Davis had got killed, was to make it where an individual would have a right to go across gang lines in order to cast the vote to help elect the first African American woman to the United States Senate. The first African American woman to the United States Senate, named Carol Mosley Brown. So they have went from a criminal mindset to a civic mindset and realized their power of the vote was more powerful than the power of the bullet. You
Mm.
Yes,
follow
sir.
what I'm saying?
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
yes, yes.
So with that happening, and I'm talking to JB and I'm explaining that to him, I said, now there's going to be a redemption hearing that's going to be held on April the 7th. He said, redemption hearing? I said, yes, sir. It's really the hearing before the prisoner review board that don't just hear or have hearings for parole. They also have hearings for individuals that's trying to get a pardon or trying to get their sentence commuted to time considered served, which is what Larry Hoover would need to happen in the process in order for the governor to have the legal authority and the righteous authority, because he has the last word,
Right.
to do what the people are asking him to do.
Which is the commutation of the rest of his time, right?
Right.
Yeah.
To help him to come home, to be with his family. And we're praying that Mr. Larry Hoover is able to come home and be with his family, especially his wife, on Mother's Day, which is May the 10th. Again, I'm speaking this as a God-fearing man because I do know that God redeemed those of us,
Yes, sir.
including myself, including those.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
You follow what I'm saying? Okay, this ain't something that don't help. You know, we all done had our moment after telling them grand lies on the boulevard, like we still gonna get out the joint and go put them platform shoes on with the fish in them. You know what I'm saying? I'm going, hey, no, I'm just giving it to you. I'm going to get you, sucker. You know what I'm
Yes,
saying? Yeah,
sir.
I go.
Yes,
You know what
sir.
I mean? You know what I mean?
Huggy bear.
You know, and then we go and have our conversation with God within that say, oh, Father God, if you get me out here, you allow me to get out of here.
Yeah. Just give me another chance.
Give me another chance.
That's all we ask
You
for.
know? Okay, I'm going to be a better father, a better husband, a better someone. I'm going to be better.
So let me ask you,
You know?
Brother Gator, how many decades Brother Larry been gone now?
Man, listen, man, the man got over half a century, man.
How much time is enough, man? Like how much time was one served in order for the
I'll
state
put it this way, man. That's a
to get
question
the
that we
yeah,
all was asking about Mandela. And when they locked him away, they made sure his sentence was to break up some rocks where he would die from the fumes of those rocks.
yep,
Okay.
silicosis. Yep.
Right. And just like we had Vice Lords and GDs and Stones, he was with the organization that was the ANC. And
Yep.
as it were, his
African
followers
National
come
Congress.
out with him. That's right.
Yeah.
And he ended up becoming the president.
Can
PBM.
you
Uh,
explain what ANC is?
yeah, yeah. He ended up
Yep.
becoming the president of South Africa.
Yeah. So
Oh,
And
that's
the
what
so
reason,
we're talking
the
about now.
reason I'm mentioning that now, because Mandela's wife's name was Wendy,
Mhm.
and Larry Hoover's wife's name is Wendy.
Oh,
yeah, Winnie
wow.
Mandela. Yep.
Oh, we
Wendy.
gonna give you this ism.
Uh,
Lost story, give you this ism for real.
Yeah. We
It's
connected all
Google
the dots right now.
verifiable.
We connecting all the dots.
Hey,
We
I
talking
trust
dates.
you.
You
We
know what I
talking
mean?
dates. We talking redemption. You know, we talking from the streets to the churches. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? To the boardrooms. This what we
To
on.
the
We
sweets.
connecting
Hey man.
faith,
And to
politics,
the
and street.
green, because everything y'all saying, I'm like soaking in.
That's
Before
what
we
we
It's
on.
real. And you know, I'm glad you're doing that too, sister. Because them brothers that I named earlier, when we put the United in Peace thing together, they gave me a charge of accountability and respectability with the understanding of the consequence. And I was going down to see, Larry and Brianna, righteously. And hey man, you got you a partner, man. You out this, man.
so
And I'm
you got a
still,
part.
yeah,
Okay, let's talk about that too, so
yeah,
everybody
yeah.
knows.
I had a pardon from the governor Jim Thompson, and he was a Republican, a law and order federal prosecutor. I got the support from Jesse Jackson, Jerry Butler, the Iceman. He ran for to be elected Cook County Commissioner. I was a young promoter then, and I figured, hey, this would be my greatest promotion if I get the Iceman elected. Then wasn't looking for no job because I said, okay, I'm an ex-felon, ain't nobody gonna hire me. But little did I know that when he went into office, as God would have it, he had the power to bring whomever he wanted to bring in office with him.
Mm.
And he told me, he said, hey, Gator, where you going, man? I said, hey, man, I feel good by helping you. Because I used to try to sing like it. For your precious love means, hey, man, you about to lose your job. if you
That
ca-
ain't gonna work
if
out.
you if you carry another note and it ain't going to the post office, you out of here. You know what I mean?
Oh my
Hey,
God.
man, real talk, man. And he brought me in. I get my ID. And he ended up being over the law enforcement committee for Cook County. State's attorney is up under him, the county jail, the sheriff. And my first assignment, man, was to go to the county jail and ask the warden, why are these guys still laying on the floor? And they sued him. And the first thing the warden would ask the question of the guards, what is Gator doing on this side of the bars and not on the other side? I come out with my ID. Hey, real hey Lord, listen, man. Hey Lord, hey man. Hey man, you know how it was in any jail. You know how it go, man. And so I tell Larry later on, I was in 87, 86. I tell Larry later on in 90. And here we are. It was 91 when I tell Larry. And he tell me in 92. I ran for alderman 3 times in the 90s just to test my pardon to see if my pardon was just as good as Oliver North's pardon.
Yes, sir. Yes,
You
sir.
know what I mean? And like
Mhm.
Maxine Waters said, when I tell the joke, they had me come before all of them. Jesse had me come to Washington, D.C. in 1994 to speak before this panel with all the leaders. That was a part of his Rainbow Coalition. And I'm looking at them, and they all looking at me because they felt like I was controversial because I was supposed to for Larry, right? So I immediately let them know everybody in this room it's controversial. It ain't just me. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
So, and I broke it down about the drugs because we all know we don't bring the drugs, we don't manufacture the drugs. It all coming to our community from others, especially the government. When we find out the CIA and the DEA was selling the drugs and using Freeway Rick and all of them so that they can finance an illegal war.
The Sandinistas. Yeah.
That's what I'm talking about, man.
Yeah.
Okay. So a week later in '94, Jesse give me a call and said, Gator, I want you to be a part of my delegation to go meet with Bill Clinton in the Oval Office in Washington, D.C., to try to convince him not to support that bogus crime bill. So I tell Larry, hey, Los, I'm dead broke. I ain't got 2 nickels to make a dime. You know what I mean? And I had a hole in my bucket that I was using to piss in. Hey man, so last day, I said, man, last day, well, man, no, you ain't gotta come down and see me, man. Go get go to DC. They paying for everything. He said, man, you got to go so that they can see
Yes. Yes.
our reach to do some righteous. If I never come out of here, look at all the young adults that's following us and trying to emulate us, and we try to tell them, no, you don't want to do that, man. You don't want to do something that's gonna get you life or 50 years for something that
Ain't worth
you
it.
know what I mean. And I went and I spoke and said that, and here we are, man. Now we on this podcast letting them know this the ism, this the truth.
So here we are.
So here we are. So now
2026.
2026, man.
Yeah.
And this
Um,
So
man, go ahead. I'm
go
sorry,
ahead.
sis.
Go ahead,
I'm
Katrina.
sorry. There's a lot of people that keep asking about Charleston White. Love the content. What's the solution to overall Black discord and dysfunction? Should we be Charleston White or NOI minded?
You know what
Great.
my thing is this here. You listen to everyone. And one of the things, like Lost know and like I know, sometimes you can't tell an individual to shut the fuck up because you take it the wrong way.
Absolutely.
And you just tell people, look, listen, and learn. But the focus was tell the individual mildly and with humility to shut up.
See,
Because if you look, listen, and learn, you will take it upon yourself to be quiet so that you can get something out of, and then that individual that you're getting something out of is has stopped listening and learn to what you have to say so he can get something out of what you're saying. You
So,
follow me?
yeah.
So the thing becomes this. Now Gator Brody that they once was afraid or shook to see me come around because it was like me and others when we came around and we was in our madness. You follow what I'm saying?
Yes.
It was because we was trying to tell individuals to be quiet and listen, and they felt offended. That brother, he doing what he feel is right with the content that he shared with individuals. You know what I mean? It
yeah,
ain't up to be the judge. Like I said, we open up with 2 of the most important words that got more meaning than if you had a thesaurus, and that is accountability and consequence. You
That
follow what I'm saying? So
that being said,
back to the matter at hand.
yeah, yeah, because Charleston White and NOI, you don't have to adhere to one or the other. Like
Right.
one or the other might not suit you completely, so you have to find what fits you and make the changes necessary to apply that to your daily being and whatever your goals are for life. Like you can't just apply one or the other. You know, Nation of Islam might have a sternness that you don't agree with, and Charleston White might have some ideology that you don't necessarily understand. So I mean,
So
like
take a
you got
little of all of that and form your own.
Okay, and let me tell you how deep this go that we speaking of. The thing that we was doing with stopping the violence
yeah. Let's get
was
that.
instrumental in making Minister Louis Farrakhan let create the black men movement that they was having in every city and every state. Remember that?
Yes,
Yep.
sir.
From that came the Million Man March.
Yep.
Farrakhan
1995.
was coming to speak at all our events at no charge.
Yep.
But y'all started the Million Man March without
I
it
know.
being
Hey, the one thing
coordinated.
I'm telling you, I'm gonna deal with straight,
Fact.
unapologetic truth.
Mhm.
Yeah.
You may not like it what I'm telling you, but you ain't gonna be able to come back and say it's a lie without being a liar.
Yes, yes, yes.
Before they came out with the understanding about having receipts, we within the best organization knew you can't come with nothing unless you got documents to verify what you're saying about another individual. Am I
Ab-
right or wrong, man?
Yes, sir.
Absolutely.
You know, but back to why all the attention, rightfully so, is on the friend of Larry Hoover because we all feel that enough is enough. And evidently, God feels that way too. Or he wouldn't have had Biden
Mm, mm.
free Gregory Shell, which is Larry Hoover's guy. This man said, okay, we going down. And if he going to Florence, Colorado, send me too.
Mm.
Mm.
Real talk.
Loyalty.
They had no idea that Biden was gonna pardon him, was gonna let him go.
Mm. Yeah.
Redemption. The next best thing to the resurrection. The only one that could get resurrected was Jesus, and that was God's son.
Mm.
All of us fall short. So hey, we gladly accept redemption.
Yeah, no doubt.
you,
No doubt.
you follow what I'm saying, man? I'm joking and laughing, but it feels good to share it. You know what I mean?
Yes, yes, yes.
And so back to Brother Larry. After I talked to the governor and shared that with him. So I end up in New York on the 9th of April. Now Al Sharpton let the governor know he in support of freeing Larry Hoover. Jesse Jackson in support of freeing Larry Hoover in this fight. Maxine Waters, Congressional Black Caucus,
Yeah.
NAACP. You know what I mean? Uh, uh, as a brother, I know y'all been hearing about the Black Men United.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Mhm.
Okay,
West Side.
those brothers from various organizations as fellas came together, and the president of it was is Brother Harrell.
Mm.
Okay, and Brother Harrell, John Harrell, got two churches now. He was just elevated to become a bishop.
Mm.
He's the number 3 man, I believe, in either the Baptist Convention or Baptist Association or whatever it is. His vice president is Brother Terry Young,
Yes, sir.
Vice Lord leader, former Vice Lord leader,
Right.
within his own right, ex-felon.
Yeah.
The other vice president is Johnny Johnson. People know him as Crusher,
Yeah.
one of Larry Hoover's guys, but they're doing wonderful things.
They definitely doing things in the community.
You follow what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
So back to Larry, because it is about Larry and it is about us
Uh,
as we speak about Larry. Because if it don't be for going from gangster disciple to growth and development, I wouldn't be in here talking and feeling so good.
talk
Because
talk
I'm the
about
manifestation of that, man. I'm full of it, man.
talk
Yeah.
about that though, OG. The transitioning from gangster to growth, right?
Right.
What
Okay.
about that transitioning?
Right. Okay. It's happened in the 90s.
Yes, sir. I remember.
Okay.
You
And
remember you was 2 in the 1990.
I
Okay,
remember
I'm sorry.
because I
hey, hey,
remember
hey, 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 hey,
because
hey,
I
hey, hey,
remember the
baby,
ghetto
let me share
prisoner
something with you.
clothing
Let me
being
share something
formed.
with you. If he was to, he was sitting on the stump watching the foolishness that we was doing and
Uh,
felt like someday he might want to do that shit.
I'm 80s, man. I'm 1980 baby.
Am I right or wrong, man?
I
He
remember
been
the
there. That's why.
ghetto prisoner clothing being sold.
Right.
Yeah,
wow.
And now you see the God in clothing
yeah,
I like that.
yeah, yeah.
business. You know
But
what I
but
mean?
but, but, but talk about that transition, OG.
So,
Okay, so my transition is like I told you when Lad told me I could no longer partake in the criminality. I had to have a press conference to let it be known as I was running for alderman that I was no longer a gangster disciple. But I believe in the dictates of growth and development because everybody got a right to grow and develop and
yeah.
go from a negative to a positive. And I'm saying this in Washington, D.C., everywhere I go. No shame. No shame. Speaking on behalf of Larry, not gangster disciple. And here, even Larry had to let the world know through the media and him going to court that he was no longer the chief
No longer chairman. Yep,
or chairman
yep.
of gangster disciples. Don't want nothing to do with gangster disciples. But he believed that everybody have a right to grow and develop from a negative to a positive. Not out my word. Not Gator's telling you this. I'm telling you this. And he's writing it. It's not all the papers. This is I'm talking about. They can Google it and it's verifiable. They'll see it.
Blueprint for a new concept.
Right.
Yeah,
And then I write my book 20 years later, Murder to Excellence, Growth and Development to the Millennials. To show them the manifestation where we were able to help individuals go to school, become teachers, become judges, police officers. You know what I mean? CEOs of corporations. When Larry told me go and with Jesse to the Oval Office, that crime bill that they was pushing then was saying that if the young adults got caught with a bag of reefer, they wouldn't be able to get a Pell Grant. And look at where we at today.
Wow.
Damn. Kind
Uh-oh.
of, I feared that was gonna happen.
Uh,
He
he's not
probably,
home.
yeah, he frozen, but that ain't nothing we can do right now. I think
Right. Right.
his
Um,
Wi-Fi might have
so
frozen up.
did he say he was on the way to where he would be?
Nah, he had found him a little spot, and that's where he was at.
Okay.
But
Mm.
so
I
yeah,
was
we kind of got a lot from the brother though, and what he and I were talking about prior to the show going live was about the importance of redemption, particularly within our community with our people. Yeah,
mm-hmm.
those of us who ride under certain other precepts, I being a conservative vice lord, um, him and the brother Larry, um, you know, demonstrating under the six at one point for decades, and the narrative is that we are oppositional groups to each other, right?
Right. That's
We are
crazy.
not oppositional groups. We have the same aims. As the
Yeah.
brother pointed out, when you put those stars together, they don't make 11 points. They make 10 because at one point it's the same. That's
Mhm.
love. And without love, the rest of those points on either one of those stars don't have no foundation to stand on. But now
Agree.
we ain't just talking about signs and symbols. We talking about what releasing, what I'm saying, the elder man Larry would mean to the community. I mean, you pardoning people from the other communities that
Mhm.
have done heinous things. You negotiate with countries to release terrorists,
Eh,
right?
mhm.
Right. So
Yes.
you releasing terrorists, which means it's not about crime and punishment. When you accusing people of having mass murder, but you're willing to release them for whatever your political aim is. We want our people back too, so they can come
Abs-
back and set the pace within our own communities. We need our
Absolutely.
leaders back. We need
We
the
see,
Larry Hoovers. Go ahead.
we see you, Brad. Thank you. Um, sometimes I'm gonna bring him on here, but I honestly have
We got the
a
brother back.
question, but
Yeah,
I
we
don't
got the
want
brother
anyone
back.
to feel disrespected.
We
Do you
got the brother
think
back.
that
Yeah,
these
but
people
come on.
did all of this just for show? Like Trump gave Mr. Hoover his sentence was commuted.
Right.
Like, do you think they just did this for show to kind of like get the black community to
Hey, I put it that way. Good question. How many niggas you seeing running around with MAGA hats on?
exactly,
Okay, but
exactly?
but my thing is this: I still leave it in God's hand for whatever reason He may have done it. You see what He's doing now.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? He might have knew that the Epstein files was coming down or something. Let me get them. He was trying to run to be reelected, and it worked. He got reelected.
Mm-hmm.
But I feel that for whatever reason that he may have done it, I thank God for letting him do what he did for Larry, because it helped make the other shoe, the righteous shoe, drop, because it's now in the hands of Governor J.B. Pritzker to finally free him.
So what's taking so long?
Good question. Process.
Okay, can you describe that?
Yes. Larry Hoover, Trump did what he did for Larry Hoover May 28th or May 29th.
Last year.
Process. Process. In order for Trump to do what he did for Larry Hoover, the attorneys had to put in the paperwork.
Mm, okay.
You hear me?
Yes.
In order for Trump to do what he did,
Mhm.
and that's Google verifiable. Now, Larry Hoover's attorneys, and I'm not knocking him, I'm just giving you facts because everybody's caught up. Why is it taking the governor so long? Process. procedure, and protocol. I got a pardon, so I understand that.
Right.
So how they did that after Trump had did what he did, Larry Hoover would have been on the docket in July
In Illinois.
in Illinois.
Okay.
Okay, because it's up to the governor.
Mm-hmm.
Larry Hoover's attorneys, after we went through what we went through without getting into it, because it's bridge under the water now. The process started October 22nd. And for your viewing audience, Google Larry Hoover. And you're gonna see the story in the paper. That went
Um,
around the world. Now they got the paperwork to get on the docket. You have to get on the docket. When you put the paperwork in, you ask for a date to get on the docket. What do you mean docket, Gator? Those of us that's been to court and everything else, you got to put paperwork in order to have a hearing.
yes.
To have a hearing before a judge. Yeah.
Right. That thanks, Lois. Right. You know what I mean? So he got the hearing. And the docket was for the January hearing of this year.
Okay.
In December, Larry Hoover had his attorneys, and I'm gonna get those credentials to my brother Lowe's. You know what I mean? He'll share it with you. Wrote and asked for an extension to April of this year so that the hearing can be in Chicago, Illinois.
Okay.
So his wife and family
10 to
Mm,
10.
could be there. You know what I mean?
yes.
And that being said, I'm of the opinion and belief that at that point, God gave Larry a chance to have say so on when his redemption hearing will happen. So that once that happens, then the process moves forward where it's officially in the governor's hand.
Gotcha. Gotcha.
Yeah.
That was April 7th.
Yeah.
And earlier, you heard me give the analogy of Good Friday
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
to Resurrection Sunday.
Yep.
And we're in New York now, April the 9th,
And the governor there.
and the governor there,
Yeah.
and I'm there,
Yeah.
and Sharpton's there.
Al Sharpton. Yeah.
Oh
And
wow.
we all had this conversation.
Mm,
And it's all public information because we all asking the governor publicly
To free that man.
to free that man.
oh.
And there was a young lady there. And I'm going to send this to you, Lo, so that you can have it and share it with whomever. Here it is right here. Okay,
Yeah.
you want to know what it is? Get up with Lowe's. Here it is right here. Get up with the sister that asked that question. Here it is right here. You know what I mean? Okay.
Yeah.
So what happened? It was a sister named Maureen Forte who Al Sharpton got chapters of his organization around the country. And she's in charge of the chapter here in Cook County, which is
Mm,
got Chicago in it.
Yep.
Okay. She got a Facebook page called Mo and the No. So anyway, I'm in Chicago on the 8th, and they let me know you need to be in New York. Gator, can you put a meeting with us and the governor? And my prayer is always asking God to forgive me for my sin and thanking him, for waking me up. And I'm asking him to continue to bless me with mercy, grace, sustainability, and a hedge of protection. So I called a friend and said, man, I got to be in New York on the 9th, man. And with all that thing happening with the long line, he said, man, Gator, I got a ticket for you. You can get on the 5:15 flight leaving Midway Airport going to LaGuardia. And he said, you got to be at the airport at 2:30 in the morning.
Mm.
I did that. You know what I mean? Simple. I took my little laptop, my little cords, and put in my little bag. You know what I mean? Didn't need no change of clothes. Put my soap and the toothpaste. Lo, you don't know how we travel. Hey, Lo, they travel light. And have my little colognes on, smelling good when I come walking through the airport. You know what I mean? So they know what I'm talking about. So
Yes.
I get there, put the meeting together, and the sister put her hand on the governor because we in the secure perimeter. You know what I mean? And she asked him the question. If you'd have closed your eyes, you'd have thought she was Wendy saying, free my man. She just didn't say, free my man. She said, when are you going to let Larry go? Because he asked the same question you asked, sister. What's taking so long? But she didn't know the process. I knew, the governor knew. And we knew that the process was at the head because he had the hearing on the 7th. Now we together on the 9th. You know what I mean? And when he told that sister the same thing that I'm telling you, she broke down and cried, man. And said, thank you. You know what I mean? So
So
now,
he told her about it being a process,
yeah,
protocol. And so
Right.
yeah. And now it's in his hands because he didn't have the hearing.
But the governor still has not given his sentence commuted or pardoned, right?
No, listen to what
And
I'm
that,
saying, sister.
mhm.
There's a process that you go to
before he even
through.
decides,
You got to have the hearing.
right, before he can start making decisions.
And that
Right.
takes this long. I guess that's the question I'm asking.
Baby, the longness, like I shared with you, it was really short time.
Oh.
He get it in October. If Larry wouldn't have asked for an extension, the hearing would have happened in January.
Right,
Hmm.
And the governor probably would have made a decision before Black History Month.
right.
Okay. Okay.
You follow me?
Yes.
So that's why we coming with the redemption
Gotcha.
is the next best thing to resurrection because the hearing happened right after Easter, which was on the 5th. And the hearing happened on the 7th. And
Hmm.
on the 9th, we in New York asking that question that you just asked,
Yeah.
down there word for word. What's taking so long? And he said the process has ended. Now it's in my hands. Because once they have the hearing, they have to give him their recommendation.
Right.
So he's like, what's taking so long with the recommendation? Y'all don't have the hearing. When this guy come from New York that was responsible for prosecuting the Teflon Don and
That
was speaking on behalf of Larry Hoover and said, enough is enough. You
50
hear
years.
what I'm telling you?
Yes, sir.
He come
50
from New
years.
York. I go to New York after the hearing. Shopping in New York. All these things happened in New York. Man, when I got through, they could have named New York 3 times, man. Because here we are now. And
So
it's still in God's hands at the end of the day. That's why the prayer is free that man. Father God, continue to use the governor as a vessel.
so what kind of impact, like what kind of symbolism? Because we, in the black community, man, we signs and symbols conscious, right?
Right.
And Larry, man, and specifically in our area with everybody in the street culture, Larry's a household name.
Correct.
So the importance of that man having served 45, 50 years
That's
and
crazy.
then being allowed to redeem himself as a new man
Correct.
in the eyes of the very communities that we hail from.
Right.
Talk about the importance of that, man. Like that is
Amen.
something important
Amen. That is the importance.
in that
Yeah.
order.
This in that order. This is what I'm telling you. At the end of the day, you can't get around God
No doubt.
being the one that's making everything go like it go. From rain on one side of the street to no rain on the other side of the street.
Yeah.
You follow what I'm saying?
I'm John.
Okay.
No,
So
I'm John.
we telling people they want to call the governor's office, do all that, but pray too.
Yeah.
And at the same time, we got to understand our enemies within the system that don't want it to happen.
Right. Right. Yes.
That's why I told you what my prayer was. That hedge of protection, not from niggas in the street,
Right.
from God. Cover me.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? That's why I know it's gonna happen.
That faith.
Say that again, man.
That
That
faith.
part.
Told you that's what this whole show about.
Yeah,
We talk faith, politics, in the community.
yeah,
This is what we own today, and redemption.
and
Because
redemption. So
without those three,
all that I'm saying, brother,
yeah,
the power of this show, where God is using it as a vessel to let everybody know. Don't forget, He is in control.
in that order.
And all He asks us to do is praise Him.
Live right.
Right? You know what I mean? You know how it is. Even the sister, if she gets stopped by a police officer, first thing on her mind, I hope this officer didn't get up on the wrong side of the bed, because he got all power over me. He
Yeah.
can take me off. He can rape me. He can say, "I'm gonna give you a case." What I'm going to?
Very true. Very true.
God, please don't let this. Don't let. Please let me go. Father God, cover
That's
me.
real. That's
Yeah, that's
very,
real.
that,
Because we be saying the same thing when he stop us. Oh,
yeah.
this man don't give us no damn case, man. You know what I mean? Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Or man, because his wife told him he ain't nothing, and he want to prove himself, knowing he got the power to blow our brains out and then say we had a gun.
Yeah.
One on us. Yeah.
But back to your question, sis. When that sister asked the same question, and he told her just what I shared with you, she saw the enough is enough, and she broke down in tears, man.
Yeah. That's what our
Thank you.
brother Brad just said too. Enough is enough.
It's going to happen. All that I'm saying, keep praying. It's going to happen. It's time for it to happen.
Yeah.
It went through the process. Now it's legitimately in his hand.
So if
And
he's
we asking for him This April what? 26th?
Yes, sir.
It is.
We asking that he free this man to be with his family, especially his wife, on Mother's Day, which is May the 10th.
Right.
Hey, I'm gonna have to cut this short because I got to go take the washroom break. But
Yeah,
you
yeah.
got me.
Good. Yeah, you
What
good,
you
man.
need?
You
I
done
love
gave
you.
us more than enough, man. We appreciate your time, man. I
Okay,
know
and
you not.
I'm gonna send this to you. I'm gonna send out all the other information so that you can show the receipts.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Gotcha.
It says it's an honor meeting you, and you see we go to the same barber, so I didn't want no bumps on my head neither.
Yes, sir.
It's an
I
honor
love y'all,
to
man.
actually
To
meet
God be
you.
the glory. That's our story, man.
Peace and love, brother.
Absolutely.
All right,
Be in
Doc.
touch.
All right. So we got some comments. Man, listen, Los.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna tell everybody what me and you went through before we did this.
Okay.
Um,
A lot though, so I don't know what part you finna tell them about.
the Los sent me a text, and we had another vision for this podcast.
Yeah. Go ahead. I mean, I can't.
And what?
No, go ahead. Go ahead.
And he twisted it one day, and he was like, "No, we gonna do da da da."
So you ain't giving no details though. That's why you ain't. Tell
Well,
it like
go
you did.
ahead. Tell the story, Boo Boo Kid. Go ahead.
So look. Today we were supposed to be talking about prison conditions,
Yes.
right? Specifically, conditions in Miami Correctional Facility
Yes.
and Westville's. Both facilities I've been in. Both of them got prisoners living under horrendous conditions. But not to harp on that, because if we gonna do that show tomorrow night, Monday night at 7 Eastern time, 6 Central time. But yeah, but I got a call from Big Bro that this was on the horizon, and that the brother Gator wanted to talk about this. So I had to fast track it. And we talking about within, day and a half, 2 days. We had
Right.
to get it together, put him on here and do what we do. And he didn't have much time to do it. So we had to capture all that in one window that was convenient for us all. And so that's what we did, man. We put the brother Gate on here so we could talk about what what freeing Larry would mean, what freeing Larry looks like, who Larry was. And I know a lot of y'all got a bunch of questions. Those of y'all who are not in the necessarily street group about who Larry is or was, all that stuff you can Google. I didn't want to get into that about the allegations and all that type of stuff. That stuff you can Google and come to a determination on your own. We talking about what the symbolism of the brother Larry Hoover is in the communities. We talking about a giant in the Black community, for better or worse, depending on how you look at it.
Absolutely.
But what we're looking at now is, after having served, generations. We ain't talking about years. We talk about generations in a cell, and not just any cell, in the supermax cell, in the damn mountain somewhere, tucked away, where the Chapos and the terrorists and everybody else in the world that's supposed to be the worst of the worst are at. Right? We talking about how the releasing of this man back to our communities will inspire and show other brothers in the community, sisters in the communities, that redemption not only possible, but that it's necessary, in order to restructure and to help heal. Right? You can't just punish us, throw us away, and then while everything else going on in the world, we see people not from our communities getting these graces. You know what I'm saying? Getting pardons, getting commutations. We talk about full-blown felonious acts, knowing they felonious, and the president telling you basically, man, listen, them my people, I'm a pardon you, good, right, in front of the world. But you telling us we can't get our people back? I don't care that brother Larry represented a different tribe than what I grew up representing. That man still means something to my community. Absolutely. Right? So we on here as vice lords, as whatever else y'all represent. We saying free Larry Hoover. So I had to have the brother Gator on here to get that point across, in order to show that we unified in that approach. You know what I'm saying? Vice lords, members of the Growth and Development Organization. We saying free Larry. You know what I'm saying? So that's what we on, and that's why I wanted to get him on here as soon as possible. And we didn't have time to really promote it because we only had about 2 days tops to talk to him and put it on air.
You know what though? Me and you, we can do that. We can promote all day. The point I was trying to make, I didn't even know who this man was.
I know, yeah. She had no idea who the brother Gator was, and I came across as condescending because I'm like, you gotta know who.
Yes, you did, but anyways, I'm gonna talk now. So he's sitting here and he's like, well, we're gonna talk about this, and I'm like, who is that? And oh, if you don't know who this is, and yeah, and I went in condescending, dismissive, but I did my own research, and I was like, this man is a pillar in our community, and not just Vice Lord community, not just growth and development, but all of our community. He's
a somebody. He's somebody, you know, trying to bridge gaps and divides, man. He's a violence interrupter. He's an advocate. I mean, he all the things that redemption mean coming from where he came from.
Yes.
Right. Yes. This is what we talked about today. I kicked it with him a couple of different times today. And we was just really harping on what redemption means. Right. Redemption is, simply put, turning that negative to a positive. Right. He brought up my story. He say, man, you went down at 15. You made some bad decisions. You served your time for it. Now you out here fighting a good fight. Ain't no other way to put it. That's my redemption story. His was the same thing. He got pardoned, right? Did his time in the joint, committed whatever acts he committed, alleged or whatever he alleged of. We beyond that now, right? Now you moving forward, and you trying to you can't change what you've done or been accused of, but you can start moving the right way, and start balancing out that scale. See, that's what we talk about, balancing out your deeds, man. And that's what redemption is. So, you know, I got brothers in them tombs now. You talk about Anthony Parrish. You know what I'm saying? You talk about Corey. You talk like Wiley. We talk about brothers who've been doing time for years, right? In Indiana, though, they might not have a national recognition of a Larry Hoover or a Minister Rico, but in Indiana, they are our Minister Ricos and our Larry Hoover because, you know, they know it in our state system. But we talk about redeeming them too. But right now, we just talk about redemption in general, what it means, and what it would mean for the brother Larry to get released, to get pardoned or commutated, right? And let him back out into the community, man, after serving 50 years.
Man, like he been in there almost as long as I've been alive.
I'm saying he was like 15, 17 when he went in or something. But
and why, in my head, this is what I'm thinking. Why does the state not understand that? He's been in there for,
but it's a game, it's a shell game with the state, because you know sometimes it's all politics, other times they deal righteously. But we talking about politics now.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah. It's always politics involved. So it ain't gonna always be black and white like the way we want it to be.
Agreed.
50 years is 50 years.
Man.
If you ain't paid your pennies for what you've been accused of in 50 years, man, it's impossible to do it. You know what I'm saying? So go on. And that man is an elder now.
Right.
So the likelihood of reoffending is slim to none, right?
Right.
The likelihood of being a positive impact, though, is
100%.
high.
That's why I feel like they're not letting him out. They don't want us to come together and be a force to be reckoned with.
So that's a valid argument. So now this is why the brother was saying what he was saying.
Mm-hmm.
You know, if you're a true believer in what someone like Brother Larry could be for the community, then you got to go show your support. You know what I'm saying? Sign them petitions. Call the governor's office. Get online and file whatever you need to file and show support. You know what I'm saying? That show of support is necessary. You can't just be thinking it like, oh, this will be good, but don't put no you know what I'm saying? No biting to that shit.
Mm-hmm.
Don't biting to it. That's the only way they're gonna respect us. We got to start writing. We got to start calling. We got to start showing them that we care about our people.
Yes.
This means something to us. So if we saying free Larry, sign a petition saying you great with Larry Hoover being free. Larry Bernard.
I'm sorry. Do we have that? Do you have a link or anything? Can you send it to me and I'll put it on here?
I'm gonna get whatever we need to get. I'm gonna get it from the brother Gator. But like with anything, it's really as simple as calling the governor's office and cataloging your support.
Yeah, everybody don't know that.
I know that, so I'm gonna get with the brother Gator once we get off air, and I'm gonna get whatever I can get from him, and we'll post it.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
and we can go from there.
I'm beyond devastated in a good way to just sit here and listen to him and learn about him, man. So I'm gonna finish telling my story.
I'm listening.
I told Los I wasn't going to be a part of this.
So did.
And he was like, again, condescending, dismissive. You don't know this and you don't know that. And I was like, after I did my own research and the superior did not try and teach me, I'm putting it out there. So I learned it on my own. And I was like, oh my God, I cannot believe I told Los that I would be in the background. And I learned so much. And I say that because I want other people like me that doesn't know the history. Yeah. Right. To go out there and educate yourself. Educate yourself. And if you need some help, reach out to me and we can learn together. To me, Los, this is the best one we've had.
I say that about each one we have. So
I know, right?
I feel like we find our groove, man. We get better. This is a process. It's new to us. Again, all this technology stuff is really new to me. So I'm sitting in the parking lot at a volleyball tournament, right? The brother Gator was leaving church.
Yes.
And she's just getting off work. We literally all in the middle of something at the time that this had to go on, because the brother's time is limited, and we got to find whatever pocket we can and take advantage of it, particularly for an episode like this. So this is what we had to do. She running home from work, trying to get ready. He trying to find somewhere to get out of church, get the car, and drive to a place where he can find Wi-Fi. And here I am sitting in the parking lot of a master volleyball tournament.
Absolutely.
And I need to be here to support my baby. So
that shows how much we're invested in this. And again, this is Carlito's platform, and I'm just the producer. But at the same time, I'm learning so much.
We both learning at a fast pace.
Yeah.
Breakneck speed.
Man.
So, yeah, I want to say, man, I'm really appreciative, man, to the brother Brad for the minister and the brother, man, for putting Brother Wallace in our hands, man, and having him, grace us with his presence on our show.
Absolutely.
And I'm really grateful for that, man. And I hope y'all enjoyed this show. I hope we got y'all some information that y'all could use. But I'm gonna come with some more information, particularly about how you can show support for the commutation of pardon of Brother Larry's sentence. And we're gonna try to get that soon, because we know the sooner we get it, the sooner y'all can get out there and show some support for it. And this ain't gonna be the first time we talking about redemption and commutations and pardons either. You know what I'm saying? Because this is this is kind of a big thing, man. I got a few brothers, like I said, that they need the same support too. But right now we talking about Brother Larry. So with that being said, y'all.
See, there he go, trying to get off.
I got the back in here.
You go ahead and get off. I'm
Yeah,
gonna put these questions up here, and if I can't answer it, I'll say Losa put something in the comments.
yeah, you do that, man. I just, I ain't even seen her
Peace
play.
and love, brother. Peace and love.
Peace of love to y'all, man. Assalamu alaikum, Islam to the Moors, and man, I'm out.
All right.
All right.
All right, guys. There's a lot of comments. And Brad, if you're still here, please help me. The new Larry is waiting to show that the old Larry does not exist anymore. Change is capable with anyone that honestly wants to show growth. Yes. Learn ability and conscious. Okay. Humanitarian faith change is possible. Thank you, Miss Baxter. Absolutely true. Absolutely true. Thank you, Ben. We're trying to do this. Tribes are our emulation of our ancestors, and the media has labeled these tribes as gangs, and it has absolutely manipulated society. And I'm going to piggyback off of that. I say it all the time. I'm 50 something years old and from Florida, little bitty town. And then when I met Kwame, it was like, yeah, we're going to see the GDs and we're going to see I was scared. I was like, what? No, we can't do that. And then once I learned and met people and understood what we're doing for the community, it was, yeah, I learned a lot. And society and media taught me so much more differences in what I saw, and what I believed. Redemption is overcoming. Absolutely. Proud of you, brother. Carlito, blessings. Big Aki. Been showing for decades he's not the same man as when he went down. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm trying to just put all of our things out there. He dropped jaws to us. Yes. All right, guys. We're going to end. And again, Monday, we're going to talk about the prison system and how they are oppressing everybody to the point of, I don't know if I can say it on Facebook without them like censoring me, but suicidal issues. So with that being said, we're going to end stream and